Hello everybody and welcome to my twin pregnancy vlog update. Firstly, I just want to apologise to everyone who expected my video from last week. It would have been my 17th week, I think. My body decided that it wanted to do its own thing, even though it was meant to be my week off university. It didn't quite turn out to be a week off, to be honest. I'll tell you more about that in a bit anyway, but I just want to say sorry about that. And then I thought, well, there wasn't any point in doing the video until I'd had my scan, which I had today. So I'm literally updating you guys now. It's been a long day. I'm in my PJs, Winnie the Pooh. I'm in my bedroom. God, just so tired. It's been a really long day. I'll start off with symptoms, which will include what happened last week as well. So last week I started to experience what I believe to be Braxton Hicks contractions, and so I would have been 16 weeks when this was happening, 16 weeks and a bit. So I was experiencing Braxton Hicks contractions, and it was just, I wasn't doing a lot. I mean, we had a few jobs to do that day, me and my partner, and a bit of shopping, and maybe I'd done a bit before in the few days. I don't know how it all came about really, but I was just getting it was on Halloween, wasn't it? It started. I started just getting tightenings. A lot of tightenings, but they were like coming so forcefully together, and they were coming every 10 minutes, and they lasted hours, 2 hours on end. I ended up calling the hospital place because this is what the midwife advised, so I called triage, and they just said, yes, you've probably just overdone it, just try and take it easy and rest, and any other problems, any signs of any, concerns like blood, stuff like that, obviously we need to see you, we need you to come in. I thought, oh, okay. So I literally just rested. I forced myself to go to sleep because that's the only way that kind of got rid of them, because they were coming so harshly, and I mean every 10 minutes my stomach would tense, and it was really uncomfortable, not painful, just really uncomfortable. So I think I just overdid it a bit. So I just rested, had a couple of days to myself, listened to my body, etc. And that was that really. I am now 17 weeks and 4 days, and they seem to have, I get them now and then, but nowhere near as bad as it was last week, nowhere near. I think it's just listening to your body and just knowing what your body can take and what it can't take. So that was that. As you all know, I said I suffered really badly with my sickness earlier on in pregnancy, and that seems to never resolve completely. Like mornings sometimes will be quite difficult for me to eat, and sometimes I just have to heave just to get it out of the way first. But the last maybe week, 2 weeks maybe, I seem to have my appetite back. So it kind of went really bad sickness, and then it kind of went, okay, yeah, you can eat a bit, you're a bit hungry, the appetite's there, but my body just couldn't stomach anything. I was just getting full quickly. But I think the past 1 week or two, I'm hungry all the time, and I actually can finish a whole meal. I'm not being like mega super healthy at the minute, I will admit, because there's so many stuff that I've gone off and I am on, I do like and what I don't like. But at the minute I'm just focusing on trying to gain back that weight that I lost, because I lost how much did I lose? 6, 7, 8 pounds early on in pregnancy. And I've just started putting it back on, and I've literally, in the last month, I think, I've put on like 8 back. I've got that 8 pounds back, which I'm so happy about, and I'm really hoping now I can just put on the weight. So I'm just listening to my body about what food I want, I'm not pressuring myself. I'm probably going to start having protein shakes again, because I heard that they're very good to have in pregnancy with twins, just with a bit of strawberries in it, you know, adds a bit of fruit and stuff like that, just to get some extra vitamins, and also just to help me put a bit more weight on, especially if I am feeling hungry like all the time. Like today I had breakfast and had something at the hospital. We had quite a big sandwich lunch, and then we went out for dinner, and I had a pudding as well. And this is like so nice to be able to eat food. Food. I might still be picky with my food, but it's just so nice to be able to eat again. So that was that. A lot of, I think the ligament pain's still there, but that seems to have settled a bit more now. I've been feeling a bit more movement as well, especially near the top near my belly button. I felt quite a few movements, the other day. I'm still getting a lot of heartburn, and I just feel like I'm dehydrated all the time when I'm not. Like, just getting a dry throat and just feeling so thirsty, but I'm drinking loads and it's brilliant. But downside is I cannot stop peeing. I get into bed, oh, I've got to go for a pee. Like, I just know that's going to just continue to the end, so especially with twins. Sleeping isn't too bad, it's a bit uncomfortable now and then. If I just use my pillow and make sure I drink and knowing about what sleep, I think now I'm at that point where I'm not pressuring myself too much, and I am really like in tune and listening to my body, because you can, you know, even when you're poorly, you know your body's telling you in certain ways, and I just think, you know what, I give in, because my body's obviously telling me that it needs to change, it needs to give it a break, or change this or change that. So I'm just really in tune and listening to my body, which is brilliant. It just works for me. And at the end of the day, there's no point in stressing yourself. There's enough with a twin pregnancy rather than stressing yourself out. So yeah, so I'll tell you now. So in terms of symptoms, I think that's really all. Again, sorry, I've noticed an increase in breast pain and size again. So that kind of flared up in the last week, which I never had with Reese. So I think it's just the double hormones. So yeah, we got a few baby bits, just little bits here and there. Just getting really excited now. I just can't wait. And then we had our growth scan check today, and just to make sure that there are no signs of TTTS, twin-to-twin transfusion syndrome, because obviously I've been at risk for that, high risk from 16 weeks, as you are, up until I think about 28 weeks in pregnancy. So they were just looking for signs of that, making sure the growth's okay, just checking the babies really and stuff like that. And the babies completely turned positions. Before their membrane line was there, and one was here and one was underneath it, and now there's like their feet down. They're both kind of feet down. One's at a bit of an angle, but kind of like that. So it's kind of sweet, and you can see a very thin membrane, but they look so squished and close together. It's amazing. I'll show you some pictures actually. I don't know how well I'll see them on here, but so I think this one is, there's a baby head there and a tummy, and then this is actually a baby coming up, so there's their head. Poor little one's got his bum in his face, and there's a little arm just coming up here, and I think there's a membrane just kind of squeezing in there, but you can't really see it on the scan. And there's a one baby, a little leg, two, just another picture, and there's a little arm there. I think they're going to reach their toes, but yeah, it was really nice to see them, and it's really reassuring, and there are no current signs of TTTS, which is amazing because they're both growing. One's a bit smaller than the other, but they're so close in size. I was so worried about that, but they're so close in size. I'm so happy and pleased to hear that. And then we wasn't sure if the consultant was going to tell us the sex this week, because she did say last time, oh, we can tell you the sex at the next scan, and we're like, oh, okay, you know. So we kind of went in there expecting, oh gosh, what was it? So she didn't say anything, and it was really quiet, and I thought, oh, okay, maybe she's forgot. I don't want to be rude and be like, what is it? What's the baby? Because I know some hospitals, you know, you have to book a complete private scan and separate and all that. And so I thought, oh, maybe it's because there's another midwife in there. I don't know. Anyway, so we went outside. We got our next appointment date and stuff like that. And we're just looking at the board because we thought, well, we may as well book it. I don't want to be rude, and you know, at the end of the day, it's her job to just make sure our baby's okay. And I'm not too fussed about knowing the sex, but there was a private scan information on the board outside of the room. So, but then we caught the midwife who was also just writing down measurements whilst she was doing the scan in the room, and we just spoke to her. And then when we went out, she ran after us, and she did say, oh yeah, the consultant said she does know the sexes, but she didn't want to say anything just yet, because I'm going back in 2 weeks for the whole abnormally I can't say it, scan, where they'll check everything in detail. And she said she was just going to check then, some double check, but she was 99.9% sure that these twins are both identical baby girls. So she told us in the corridor, and she was like, oh, I've never done this in the corridor before, you know, do you want to know? I was like, oh, I've got to know now, somebody else knows, I've got to know what our sex of our babies are, and this and that. And I kind of just had a little squeak walking down the corridor with my partner, like, girls, no. I'm just so shocked, because family history and stuff like that, and the likelihood, and I'm so lucky because I've got a boy who's older, obviously 6 this year, so there's a bit of a difference in age, but 2 girls, I never would have thought it. So I'm ecstatic. I mean, part of me thinking, oh gosh, what if we go back then for our scan in 2 weeks, and then suddenly she says no, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry, I got it wrong, it was a boy. I hope she doesn't say that. I am really happy for the girls, and I'm actually glad that they're girls, and I'm not too sure. I mean, I'd be happy either way, but it'd be nice for Reese to have 2 younger sisters, and we get one of each, and in the family, and you know, it's really nice. It's so lovely. Because I did see on the scan, when I noticed when she was looking at the legs, you could see the bottom. I know she was looking, and there wasn't anything where I've seen compared to my son's scans and stuff. I thought, oh, they're gonna be girls, which is completely unexpected. But yeah, so that's the genders. Hopefully that doesn't change. But if it does, I'll just update you guys. I'll be happy if she told us otherwise. I'd be happy. So again, I'm so sorry this video is late. So I'll be able to do. I'll see how I get on again, because I've got a lot going on with uni. So I might not do a video next week. I might just wait until the next hospital scan, especially because they'll be doing my scan in a lot of detail for the twins and stuff like that. So I'll probably just do that and update you guys. But yeah, so this is my 17 week and 4 days pregnancy vlog. Sorry it's late, and thank you ever so much for watching.